Yeah, buddy, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Lelldorin, and today we're doing a quick review of the Festival of the Lost event in Destiny 2. What are my thoughts? What are my reactions? What do I think they could do better? What do I think they did really bad? What do I think? And what have I done to deserve this? So if you don't know what the Festival of the Lost is, it's the yearly Halloween event, Day of the Dead event, whatever you want to call it. It's the yearly event that Destiny does that allows us to do the Haunted Forest, that allows us to get masks, that allows us to get out candy, that allows us to get new things. And every year they make some changes, they make some improvements, they make some backfalls, they do things better, they do things worse. So today, we're going to talk about this stuff. So the first thing we got to talk about is the Haunted Forest. The Haunted Forest, I think, is a really good deal. I like this time that the Haunted Forest is on like kind of a solid timer. Kind of pushes you to like really try to do a lot of damage. I think the Haunted Forest this time was a really good step in the right direction because it made it a different type of competition. It made people like rush. It's almost like a Dark Souls type thing in my opinion, where I've been trying to do it with just blueberries to see how it could go. Plus I don't have a lot of friends on the PC yet and I switched over. So it's been difficult for me to get past 8 and 9, but I've seen videos where people are doing 16, 17, 18, and it's intense. Like they're rushing through, there's a lot of strategy involved. I think the Haunted Forest this time, as a whole, was a really good step in the right direction. And the 9th branch pinnacle gear, the weekly thing, I like the way they did that too. It's not a nightmare to get it done. Getting done 25 terrors is not that hard. Even if you only get to 6 or 7, you only got to do it like 5 times or so. And if you can get to the 9th branch, you just need a couple friends, as you can see. Haven't quite gotten that done yet, so I need to get that done. However, one thing, the biggest thing that everybody's trying to get in the Haunted Forest right now and as part of this event is the Braytech Werewolf. And while I like the Braytech Werewolf, I like the one that comes as a masterwork. Multi-kill clip I like a lot. Armor-piercing rounds I like a lot. I have a really strong feeling about Zen Moment. Once you put one bullet in, I like the scope on this gun. I like the way it looks. I also like that you can purchase the random rolls. I just wish that Destiny would start making more event-specific loot. I wish that they would have had a helmet that you had to get as a very rare drop for hunters only, or arm pieces for titans, or legs for warlock, or whatever. I think they really need to step up on all of the armor and drops. It doesn't have to be easy. It could be like literally like a 0.5% chance of getting it. I think they need to be doing it in raids. I think they need to be doing it more for us to be doing the Nightfall. They need to bring back class-specific rare drop items across the board. Also, even if they hadn't done that, I think they should have made it where you get more gear, like the Braytech Werewolf, or even if you could get the horror story again, maybe not, you know, as a masterwork, but just as a random drop type. I really think they should have made it more of a loot hunt rather than just trying to see how far you get. Where it's cool to try to get to like 15, 16, 17, and certain people, there's a niche of players that like to try to see how far they can get. I think a normal player is really more motivated by gear and by rare items, and I think they should have brought this back. Like, not to toot a horn of any other game, but I feel like Overwatch does a really good job with this. Overwatch has like skins that are specific for that year, and they will even bring those skins back as part of the loot table the next year for that next event. So say the horror story from this last year's event, you only got it that event, and then you went the whole year, and you couldn't get it again until this event. I think they need to start doing more things like that, doing more loot. Even if it was just a random roll, they need to bring things like this back and make it where it drops from the game and is not just a reward for us collecting candy and that sort of thing. The second thing we gotta talk about is these things here, the Mystery Grab Bag and the Epic Mystery Grab Bag. They're kind of crap. Honestly, the only reason I bought one of each was to get the achievement done. Otherwise, the Triumph is just crap. I do like that you can kind of pick your mask this year, and I like that it is a an ornament that you can put on. As you can see, I collected a lot of them. There's still a couple I'm missing, but I like that you can get this base one, and then you can choose your mask instead of having to try to collect all the different masks. I actually like the perks that they allowed us to do on these this year, that you can do the Energetic Assassin, that you could do the Higher Purpose, that you could do Vampiric Touch, and I like that it increases the drop rate of heavy ammo. That I thought they did really well. I like the mask, I like how it works this year, and I like that it's not just like a level 1 light level thing, or power level, or whatever hell we're doing now, and that you can have it as a 750, 850, 950, whatever you want to make it. And hopefully, you'll be able to continue to use this throughout the year, because just honestly, I like that we're being able to personalize our characters. To be able to use a mask like this, I'm really interested to see what people come up with as far as their skins for their characters. There's already been a couple that are really interesting. There's a Rahul out there. I saw somebody dress up with the Mithric mask. If you Google online, there's a whole bunch of really cool outfits that people are coming up with. And that's something that is really lacking in Destiny 2. There's not a lot of really customization. Whereas you could put ornaments on any piece of armor. It kind of sucks that Crucible armor can only use Crucible gear ornaments, and that Iron Banner armor can only use Iron Banner gear ornaments, and that, you know, that sort of thing. I wish more of it crossed the threshold and you could do anything on anything. So this, I thought, was a really good step in the right direction. I like the mask, Destiny. Good job on the mask. Proud of you. Good job, son. And I'm allowed to call you son because I'm old. I'm not going to talk about my age because it's rude. Next. Now, there's also a quest line that they did where you go from one planet and you get a bunch of things, and you go to another planet and you get a bunch of things, and you go to another planet and you get a bunch of things, and it culminates in getting a toothbrush, which I think is cool because, you know, after all that candy, you're probably going to want to brush your teeth. I get what they're going for. It's a theme. I wish that it wasn't just a triumph you got done out of it. I wish it was something cooler. I don't know. Once again, I feel like they need to have more loot. I feel like they need to have more specific gear for this event. Having the gun is cool, having the skeleton thing is cool, but they need to have more stuff that you can chase. Triumphs is all well and good, and getting those done is interesting. And as you can see, I got a lot of these done, but it kind of gets to a point where it gets boring, and I'm not a giant fan of it. So, you know, getting the whole thing from Sweet Tooth, being able to get that emblem, I think it was out of it, it's cool, but there just needs to be more. So Destiny, please, 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 when the events come up in the future, give us more personalized gear. Give us more gear that is specific for that event. That way when somebody sees you with it on, they're like, holy crap, that guy played so much during the Festival of the Lost. Or, oh my god, that woman must have played her fingers to the bone during the summer event. There's got to be stuff like that. Please, 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 begging of you, sirs and ladies, give us more gear. Please! And make it look cool. You can throw them ideas by me if you like. I'm a fashionista. Look at my t-shirt. Now, as far as the bounties go, the bounties are pretty easy to do. Collect candy inside the Harness Forest, 300. These are just as an example because these are the ones up today. Complete activities outside the Harness Forest to collect chocolate strange coins. You just have to have a mask on and do freaking anything. Complete a Crucible match wearing a Festival of Lost mask. You don't even have to do well. You could just sit in there and shoot people from the corner like a little sniper that I hate, or you can be a corner camping shotgun idiot that I also hate, but you know, whatever, it's strategy. You could do complete a strike while wearing Festival of the Lost Mask, defeat enemies with grenades while wearing a Festival of the Lost Mask, etc. So you get the idea of that. These I thought they did a really good job on, and I actually liked Iron Banner, last Iron Banner. It wasn't impossible to finish all the bounties. It was just do normal stuff and wear the helmet. Like I said, I wish there was one of these that they would make really difficult and make it something that honestly only the hardcore player would get. But as for the rest of it, I like the rest of these. I like the bounties. I think they're doing a good job and they're stepping in the right direction and making the bounties attainable and not making it where it's something where you have to be a really hardcore player. Because if you remember Iron Banner a while back, like to get one character done was hard if you were like a medium level player. To get them all done, like it was a nightmare. So this, good job. Like this a lot. Now, last but not least, it would not be an event in Destiny 2 without having all of this crap around there. Eververse is a touchy subject at the moment. There's podcast conversations going on with Say No to Rage, if you don't know who that is, with the Fire Team chatting, although pretty much any of the Destiny podcasts are talking about Eververse. It's a very touchy subject. Some people like it, some people hate it, some people think it's too expensive, some people think it's a waste of time. I have a hospitality background. So to me, people that complain about having a game that they paid $60 for a year later that want more content for free or want these people to work for free, in my mind, it's like having one table sit in my restaurant and they tip me and then being expected to wait on every other table in the restaurant and not get tipped. Hell no, that's not going to work. People need to make money. I think the amount of silver coins that some of these items cost, whatever, like, really quickly, an idea. So, Boo, an exotic emote. It's only going to be available probably during this event, which, like I said, step in the right direction. The fact that it's event exclusive. This is 1,000 coins, which is equivalent to like $9.99. $10. Do I think that's too much? Like, I don't know, man. So, think of it this way. People pay $59.99 for a video game, and then $69.99 or $79.99 for the deluxe edition, which comes with usually a weapon skin, a emote, and an ornament. So you're paying $10 to $20 more for 3 things. This is $10. I don't know. Now, what I think they're doing right is they're allowing us to use our Bright Dust in order to buy most of these things. So like the Skeletal Hunter bundle, I can either buy for 1,500 silver coins, which is like $15, or I can buy it for 6,000 Bright Dust, which takes about a weekish or 2 weeks of farming. So it really depends on what you want to do. I think it's cool that they're letting us buy this stuff from the Eververse store. Keep in mind that these things will be rotating. So whereas the stuff up here that you can't really buy right now with the Bright Dust, next week you might be able to buy with Bright Dust. So do the quests from, do the bounties from Eva. Make sure you're doing those weekly. Collect your Bright Dust, and then just keep your fingers crossed, man. I think it is important to have things in the game that cost money, because the people at Bungie need to make money. They have families, they're human beings, and we have to pay them for the ongoing service. I mean, think of it this way: World of Warcraft is what, $12.99, $14.99 a month. How many months have you been playing this? Break it down per hour. Like how much a movie at the movie theaters is like $20. If me and Cindy, my fiance, want to go to the movies, we end up spending like $50. It's 2 hours. It's $25 per person. That's $12.50 an hour. Break it down. How many hours you played Destiny 2? I don't think it's too much. But once again, touchy subject. I think that so far Eververse is doing a good job. I like that they're letting us buy it with Bright Dust as well as money, so it's kind of a toss-up, but some of the stuff is cool. Like the skeletal ornaments I think are cool, the emotes are cool. I love the skins for the ghosts. I like the Necro Beast. I think some of these emotes, like the parting, is really cool. I like the Dismundius, and if you go all the way down to the bottom, boom, boom, not all the way down to the bottom, you can buy these with Bright Dust, which actually I'm going to buy this right now, because I wanted the Bloomswept Knight since it came out. I don't want the Jism Relic because Speed Demon's a waste to me. I don't want the Jacko Shell because I don't give a crap about Public Defender. And Tombstone's cool, but I don't know if I want this. So, anyways, my final thoughts, I should say, on Festival of the Lost is I think Destiny, this is a step in the right direction. That's something that we've been saying about Destiny 2 for a very long time. Step in the right direction, step in the right direction, step in the right direction. But it's kind of like one of those, I think, Fire Team Chat said it right, like they keep making a bunch of steps in the right direction and doing a couple steps back, but at least they're listening to the community, at least they're reaching out, and at least they're trying their best. So what are my final thoughts on the Festival of the Lost? I think Destiny did a really good job. I think that there is some room for improvements. I think that they could fix some of the loot drops. I think that they could work on the event a little bit, but I do think it's good, and I hope that they learn from this event and move forward with the other events. Like hopefully they do a winter solstice event and give us more gear. Hopefully they'll do like a New Year event. Whatever they do, I hope they do continue to do what they're doing now, and let's get better. So my thoughts: good job, little room for improvement. 1 out of 10. I would give it an 8.25. So once again, this is Lelldorin signing off. Be sure to join me every single day on Twitch. I stream all the time. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I will start posting more. And of course, follow me here on YouTube, because I love you guys and I miss doing this, so I will be doing it more. So until I see you again, this is Lelldorin signing off. Be sure to push those buttons, and I'll see you again soon, Guardians. Bye.